Previously on Smart Mobility Today, we heard stories about hydrogen power, delivery robots, AI-powered manufacturing, rare earth elements, and moon news. This week's show focuses on taxis in the air and on the ground, plus space, 6G, drones, and flexible robots.
You've got something to say, and we can help you say it. Detroit Media Productions is here for your audio, photography, and video needs. DetroitMediaProductions.com.
Hi, this is Cindy Polakowski. Austin-based SkyGrid is partnering with California-based Wisk to bring air taxi services to the skies in Texas. SkyGrid is a subsidiary of Spark Cognition and Boeing, which also owns Wisk. Specializing in pilotless aircraft safety, SkyGrid will focus on taking Wisk's autonomous air taxi technology to market. Over the next decade, Wisk plans on launching a Houston metro area sky taxi service that can carry 4 passengers for up to 100 miles at about the same cost as an Uber. Back on the ground, Zoox, owned by Amazon, plans on opening a robotaxi production facility in the San Francisco Bay Area. The site is planned to have the capacity to manufacture 10,000 robotaxis per year once it has reached full production capability. And in New York, Waymo just announced that it will begin testing AVs on city streets with a goal of someday offering the same ride-hailing services available in San Francisco, Phoenix, and Los Angeles. New York law prohibits the operation of a vehicle without a human driver, so Waymo vehicles will have a safety driver at the wheel. The company has applied for a permit with the New York Department of Transportation to operate vehicles autonomously with a trained specialist in the vehicles, hoping for a first-ever AV test deployment in New York City. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will be here before you know it. And while AV technology and adoption is still evolving, autonomous shuttle services are appearing in towns across the country. They are today moving shoppers, students, or workers and are expected to be a useful transit service for people attending World Cup soccer. In the Atlanta area, for example, 4 autonomous shuttles will operate on a 2-mile loop near the Atlanta Beltline during the games. A company called Beep will provide shuttle services as part of a year-long $3 million pilot funded by the Atlanta Region Transit Link Authority and Georgia's Transit Trust Fund. In all these cases, notice if a city welcomes and provides infrastructure, companies developing these new technologies can come right in, and the results and the advancements are much faster.
Looking for better ways to manage your IT, phone systems, or remote workforce? Improve your organization using technology that works for you. psntechnology.com.
In a space-based refueling demonstration, 2 Chinese spacecraft met some 22,000 miles above the Earth. The Shenzhou 21 and Shenzhou 25 satellites have been moving toward each other in geosynchronous orbit. According to Space News, the pair appeared from the ground to be a single unit. Observers are guessing that the spacecraft may have performed docking and undocking tests, but confirmation from Chinese authorities is not available. Similar to other space agencies, detailed public information on satellite operations is not always made public, especially when that information may involve military implications. The exercise may have demonstrated refueling, the result which would be extending the useful life of space technology and reducing the growing amount of space junk. The fleet industry in the UK is pushing for a greatly improved hydrogen infrastructure, citing the hydrogen commitment in Europe as a standard. The European Commission is mandating that there be at least 1 hydrogen filling station every 120 miles on major routes, plus in any town with a population of 100,000, with a target date of 2030. This, according to supporters, is how business is attracted and encouraged to invest. For example, BMW has said that it will launch its first hydrogen fuel cell production model by 2028 in Europe. However, BMW has no plans to bring the product to the UK, where currently there are 3 hydrogen filling stations for cars and only 3 more planned. According to BMW head of hydrogen tech, Jürgen Goldner, quote, "We sincerely hope that the infrastructure will develop further because right now in the UK, it's not in any condition where it would make sense to launch such a vehicle." There was a lot of hype when 5G rolled out a few years ago, and much of it failed to materialize in the experience of some of us. So, 6G now promises a similar kind of nirvana. Self-driving cars that don't have to deal with traffic, virtual touch and e-surgery performed by specialists from wherever. A research team from the University of Bristol have come up with a discovery, published in Nature Electronics, that they think will deliver on the promise, enabling 6G to be faster and more powerful. The advance is changing how data is currently transferred via radio frequencies, and that is reliant on developing new kinds of transistors. They are called superlattice castellated field effect transistors, and they are capable of enhancing 6G speed and power. The new transistor has a superlattice structure and a castellated gauge design, resulting in low electric resistance and high power density. It also reduces the heat currently generated by today's transistors. We will be right back.
All right, ready. All right, I'm ready. No, that's fine. All right, ready.
More water. I know.
But I can give it a go. Presenting.
I did.
Okay,
I
so
put
the door.
a P in. Makes no sense. Okay.
Aspen Search Group finds the talented professionals your organization needs to keep growing. Visit aspensearch.us and talk with our expert recruiters.
A new uncrewed maritime patrol aircraft has been developed that can operate for extended periods without human intervention. This solar-powered drone, developed by French defense electronics manufacturer Thales and U.S. startup Skydweller Aero, has a wingspan equal to a Boeing 747. The product uses AI-powered radar that is currently used by the French Navy's Atlantique II crewed maritime patrol aircraft. French solar-powered drones can perform tasks for weeks to months at a time, including surveillance, security, environmental monitoring, and infrastructure management. In Denmark, the military has developed 4 uncrewed robotic sailboats they call Voyagers. For 3 months, they will move through NATO and Danish waters, monitoring Russian activity. Because of the Baltic and North Sea sabotage occurring since the 2022 invasion of Ukraine, a California-based company called Saildrone built the 10-meter-long boats. They can operate autonomously for months and are powered by solar and wind energy. The vehicles are equipped with radar, infrared and optical cameras, as well as sonar and acoustic monitoring technologies. Saildrone CEO Richard Jenkins described the vessels as trucks using AI to provide, quote, a full picture of what's above and below the surface. The monitoring capabilities cover 20 to 30 miles in open ocean. Inspired by ocean-dwelling life, a University of Nebraska-Lincoln research team is developing synthetic skin that will be used in the next generation of robots and soft machines. Those are automated systems and devices that can bend or twist in ways that traditional robots cannot. The skin developed resembles that of squids, cuttlefish, and octopuses. The presence of chromatophores in these animals is also part of what the scientists are mimicking, meaning that the flexible skins have the ability to change color, resulting in more adaptive, responsive, and versatile robots.
Read these stories and more at globalautomobility.com and subscribe to Smart Mobility Today on your favorite podcast platform. Sign up to receive our weekly newsletter and follow us on social media at Smart Mobility Today. Produced by Detroit Media Productions, this is Smart Mobility Today.